The Know Your Gear podcast.
Says, hey, I got a new Gibson Les Paul last year. Won't stay tuned. Hard to intonate. Falling out of love with it. How do you sell a lemon? Disclose the problems? Well, you should disclose the problems, but also you'd have to determine if there's a lemon. Have you had a proper setup done to the guitar? Have you taken it to someone who is an experienced guitar tech who can actually dial that instrument in? This is a thing. Have I seen Gibsons that are quote unquote defective or bad and won't stay in tune? Yeah, I have. It's not common. First of all, the first flag for me is intonation. When you were like, when the guitar won't intonate. Well, those guitars will intonate. There's very unlikely issues that it won't intonate. So that's a flag right there that it should be able to intonate. It is not common that they would do this, but they have in the past. Gibson has put the bridge posts in the wrong spot, which has caused intonation to be a little difficult. Usually that would be on 1 or 2 strings. So it's possible, but it is, like I said, just because it's possible doesn't mean it's probable. In other words, it's most likely your situation. So good news for you is the fact that it's not intonating. I would say take it to a really respected guitar tech and let them diagnose it and tell you. And more importantly, if you've taken it to a tech and they've said it's not going to intonate and it's a crappy guitar, definitely get a second opinion, because guitar techs are people and people have biases, and sometimes guitar techs just hate guitars and they just don't tell you that. It's possible. The one of the experiences I've experienced in my life as a customer and as a competitor for guitar techs. So obviously having my shop and then competing against other people, or just being a customer like you guys. Some techs strive to do great work and build relationships with customers, and they see the value in that. And some techs just hate that you didn't shop in their store. And a lot of you have had this experience. I've had it multiple times where, you bought a guitar and you didn't buy a guitar brand or a guitar that they sell. And first, you didn't buy it from them, so they're a little pissy about that. Secondly, you just you don't buy a brand that they carry, so therefore they don't like your brand. I always tell people it's a really not a good sign when you bring a guitar in if a tech's like, oh, it's a Floyd Rose, it's junk. There's guitar YouTuber techs that crack me up because they'll call things junk, guitars junk. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I'm sure some mechanics that do cars have some opinions about cars. They like working on certain ones. But I've said this before. When I talk about, as a guitar tech, when I talk about guitars, a lot of times it's not about the quality of the guitars, it's about how easy or hard my work is going to be. So yeah, I could have a moment where I look at a guitar and I go, oh, those are the worst. But it's not the guitar is bad, it's more work and for the same pay. So of course, like any human, I think, would look at a situation going, same work, more work, same pay. It does kind of, not put you in the best mood, but you have to kind of put that aside. And hopefully the best guitar techs have something to prove all the time to everyone. It's like, I'm going to prove to you that I can do a good job. I'm going to prove that I can make this guitar that sucked and make it amazing. The best thing is when you come in and you go, this guitar will not intonate and will not stay in tune. And they go, oh yeah? I haven't looked at it yet. And hopefully it's just an all talk. They can actually walk the walk. But the best is when they're like, you're going to come back and you're going to be amazed. So I would do that. And the reason I say that is because whatever the work is going to cost you is going to be probably less than what you're going to have to discount the guitar saying that it won't intonate and won't play right. And then what's going to happen is something I've seen happen many, many times in my experience and with the guitar world and selling guitars, repairing guitars, which is somebody's going to make money off you. You're going to discount it because you're an honest person saying, hey, it won't intonate to your knowledge, and it's not staying in tune to your knowledge. And they're going to buy it and they're going to make it play great. And then they're going to flip it and sell it for more money, or they're just going to buy a great deal. I've personally done it to people. Look, I try to be a good person, but sometimes I'm just not in the mood to educate the whole world about something. So I have done it in the past where I've walked into a deal and somebody's saying something that doesn't sound right to me. And they're like, this guitar is garbage, and let me tell you why. And I'm like, I'll take it for your blowout price, sure. And then I get it, and I'm like, woohoo! Do a quick setup, to put some love into it. Now it plays amazing and I got a huge discount. Sometimes you're just, why not? So I'm basically telling you that's what my advice to you. So if you like this clip and you'd like to watch another one, you can click right here. And if you want to see the entire episode of the podcast, you can click right there. As always, thank you for your time and know your gear.